Hey people, this is Ashley and this is Music After Dark HTX. Super excited. Love the new place too. I love that it's always like in a different place. I get to film these all over the place. It's super cool. So hopefully these are my new friends. And we're going to talk about the name too. Bar rats. Yeah? It's like mall rats. Dude.
Yeah,
That's what I think of when I hear it.
That's cool. Yeah, I've never really heard too much feedback on it either. But no, honestly, we were just looking for a name, and it's hard to come up with a name for a new band. And we had been doing the Puke Box for like 8 years before that.
What was it called before?
The Puke Box.
Okay.
It was a whole different band. It was an X-rated parody band. So we were dressing up as characters and doing like parody songs. So instead of like Bryan Adams, Summer 69, it'd be Lion Madam stuck in a 69. Or like the Chodies, I Came in Your Daughter. But no, it was fun. It was a party band though. And so we always considered ourselves like a bar party band. And Ian and CJ from the Puke Box were also initially in the Bar Rats. And Ian was the one that threw out Bar Rats. And it's like, that's perfect. Like, we're just kind of always...
Just as soon as it got said, you were like, that's it.
Yeah. But yeah, it just fit. It was one of those don't overthink it things, because it'd be really easy to also think that's a really stupid name. But yeah, don't overthink it and just play, and it'll develop its own identity, you know. So.
Dude, I love it. So let's do intros real quick so people know who you are. Let's start with you and just your name and position in the band.
I'm Matt, and I do vocals.
Vocals.
I'm Brandon, and I do drums.
Matt, play guitar.
And we are missing...
Adam on rhythm guitar and DeVoe on bass, yeah.
Okay.
And mandolin sometimes.
And also the one that makes us sound good.
Yeah, they're great.
Dude does everything.
Very cool. I love it. So tell me about this place, because I heard someone asked you about this, I think earlier when we were like unloading, and you were like, oh, I've been playing here or something for like a decade or something. Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Almost two.
Yes.
So, don't want to dox the place just because, don't want,
It's a storage unit.
Yeah, it's a storage unit. Let's just say that. I don't want
Texas
to
Mega
this
Storage.
thing and then everybody find out about it and ruin it for,
2920.
No smokers.
Texas.
Yeah, no, I've been playing here for better part of a decade. It's kind of where I met him too, because he was practicing in here with his metal band, and we kind of popped up on him and started following him at shows, and then my band started playing with his band, and that's how we became friends, and yeah, it was a different time back then. Much more closer knit, kind of local metal community and everything. Then there were more of us. There, like you said, we were talking about it earlier, but more venues. A lot of venues have shut down and stuff like that. And yeah, we just kind of happened upon this place. They let bands in, and they actually changed owners about 3 or 4 years ago. But we got grandfathered in because we had just been here so long. We always pay our dues. We clean the place up and everything. So yeah, anytime after 5:30 during the week, and then Sundays they're closed. We can jam in here anytime. So
yeah, you just roll up that door and plug everything in, and you're good to go. It's already set up. It's
That's
awesome.
really cool.
Yeah, there were a lot of bands that came in after we found this place. Like Carrie & Son, that was a band we used to be in. And I just remember there were like probably 6 or 7 different bands in here at one time.
Yeah,
It
this
was wild.
you take a
It
break.
got pretty loud probably, huh?
Yeah, but it's
loud.
awesome. After 6 o'clock, they don't care, because most people aren't coming store stuff at 6 o'clock, So 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., they don't care how much noise you make. And like he was saying, there would be a lot of bands jamming here. So you like run your set and you go take a smoke break or whatever, and there's just like all of your friends out there. It was really cool. And like you were talking about with the venues and everything, there was a really cool vibe back then. This me and him had a metal band called Carrie & Son, and you were in a couple of them back then, huh?
yeah, Beyond All Deception was the earliest one, and then Devil's Adversary after
yeah.
that for a bit.
But yeah, we met through the metal community, and metal band split up, but we had already started doing Puke Box because the metal band was serious. We were playing good shows and stuff, and it's like, I need a band where I can just fuck off and I don't have to like probably telling of that moment. But
So some of y'all were in bands together before.
me and him had a metal band,
Okay.
and he had a different metal band. That's how we met him.
Okay.
And then me
And
and
then-
him were in Puke Box, which was the adult parody.
Yeah, I was like, I need a show where I can just get drunk and party, because that's what I was trying to do with Carrie & Son, but you can't do that, like the music's too fucking good. No offense to Puke Box, but like people worked really hard to write really good music. Like I'm not going to make it sound like shit, I'm going
Right.
to take it seriously. And it's like, we were doing that and it was a lot of fun, but it's like, I need a band where I can just like make an ass of myself too, So we did the Puke Box as a side project where it's like, insincere lyrics, you know, like I can just write dick jokes and fart jokes and shit, you know, and like literally, my character was Eddie Gangbang, and we just got on stage and played like filthy parodies and put the sing-alongs, so all the lyrics were on stage, so you could sing along.
Where did y'all play at? What venues?
Acadia. I know Acadia a couple of times.
Played at Scout Bar too, right?
Red Eye Fly in Austin, Acadia.
No, Scout Bar.
He's going
Scout
in
Bar.
order. If you
We
can't
actually
tell.
Acadia.
we opened for the
Max Sabbath?
Yeah, Max Sabbath, the Black Sabbath McDonald's
fun.
parody band. That was pretty awesome.
Green
yeah.
Jello like 1,000 times,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Opened up for Green Jello a couple times.
Currently interviewing the puke box though.
Right.
I fucking side railed that. I'm sorry. You were talking about something else.
So I was just trying to figure out like just how the band started, but you
Gotcha,
pretty much
okay.
answered it because you guys were in a band, and then you guys got into a band,
Right.
and then what happened? You decided to reach back out to him to join the band.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Brandon
That's-
actually invited me to the band.
Yeah, no,
at a
you got me
show.
back on the rails because the metal band broke up and the puke box just kept going.
Okay.
And puke box was me and him and 3 other guys, and we were jamming, and we had a mascot. The puke box was Josh. He wore the duct tape mask because when we went on tour with Green Jello, like we were really excited that first run around that Green Jello was coming, so we made duct tape masks and shit after puke box practice. And so Josh created this character because we weren't playing in costumes or anything. Right back to fucking the puke box. But anyways, so we were just playing in street clothes and playing dirty covers, you know, but there's no like show to it. And so when we went and played with Green Jello, it's like, dude, it'd be fun to make characters and stuff and do skits, and because we did like
And have like it be a performance, right? Like
Yeah,
a whole
a show,
thing. Yeah,
you know,
like a
more
show.
than like
the
a band
music,
playing,
yeah.
you know, yeah. And so Josh went and made a puke box mask. No one even really discussed what puke box was. It was just a jukebox that like throws up your favorite hits, you know. Not a whole lot of depth to it, but he created a character. It was this fucking big box face guy with a mohawk, and he would put the mask on, wear this brown leather jacket, and he would just run out to the audience and just start fucking with people. So nobody was still in the audience, you know. He was a hype man. It was great. And then we would do skits, and like in between songs, there was a skit called The Pussy Wolf, and it was this whole ghost story. And they were talking about, you know, there was this guy in the 70s and he overdosed on cocaine and he fell and passed out right between this hooker's hairy snatch or whatever, and he suffocated on the night of a full moon. And every full moon or whatever date it was, it's like, what's tonight? June 14th. Oh, shit. Like, you know what June 14th is? What? It's the fucking night of the Pussy Wolf. But we told this whole ghost story.
So what happened with that though? I mean, it seems like that was
It was
going
awesome.
well.
It was really awesome. And so Josh also played the Pussy Wolf, and we would fucking be telling this ghost story with flashlights under our chin, and then he would howl from the back of the crowd, Artie, like with the Pussy Wolf mask in his fucking like armpit, you know, and we'd be like, "What's that? Did you hear it? I heard it too." And then just howling from the back of this dark fucking audience, you know. And then we'd be like, "There he is! It's the fucking Pussy Wolf!" And he would just start dry humping
Are
people
there
to the
videos
ground.
of this?
Oh, yeah.
Are there videos of this?
But
floating
dude,
around?
Josh would hump
you seen
people
this?
to
Did
the
you go and
ground, dude.
witness?
He's
Yeah,
probably
I was
been
there live.
humped
Yeah,
by the
it was
Pussy Wolf.
really fun.
No one was safe, but Josh
No.
would just dry
So it was a
hump.
very
Hundreds of
interactive
people
show.
around.
Though.
Oh
It
yeah,
was-
and then he would run off into the green room, and then we'd start the next song. But it was like fun skits like that. But Josh was Pukebox, and he was the werewolf. He was like the life of the band, you know. And he ended up taking his own life, and we kept playing with Pukebox for a little bit because it was already.
So that's the band that me and you had talked
Yeah.
about before. Okay.
And so we kept it going for a while. There was still like a whole family behind it, you know. And honestly, before Josh was gone, he was getting hard off into drugs and shit, you know. So there was already distance before there was like that finality, you know.
Yeah.
So it was kind of used to that. But when we found out he was gone, it's like, dude, I don't want to keep doing this band anymore, you know. So we like hung it up in his honor. Pukebox played 7 farewell shows back to back. Like we did the final farewell show. Oh no, we did the farewell show. We did the final farewell show. We did the final farewell show. We did the final for real farewell show. I think we did like a tribute to the farewell show. We kept booking shows.
Okay, no, seriously, this
Yeah.
is the farewell.
All at Acadia too.
But then, so it was kind of like a running joke. But when Josh passed, it's like, all right, we need to really call it. And so we hung it up. But it was a fun premise, and it's not something you could just go do the same thing, you know. Like it was good as it was. Like if we're gonna hang it up, we're gonna hang it up. If we're gonna keep trying to do that shit. But so then at the same time, there's a lot of emotion and shit. So I started getting on guitar again and writing, because I can write really simple like verse, chorus.
Do you think you did that as kind of like an outlet? Because,
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, this is like 45 minutes just me telling this damn story. But
he's a great guitar player.
yeah. You got any
That's
other?
where you were. That's
got
where
any
you
other
were.
lies you want to fit in there?
That wasn't a lie. No, it's just helping you get back into your story.
I'm a creative guitar player. I will give myself that. But anyways, so I used to write songs on guitar, write vocals, and like write simple verse chorus songs. But I stopped doing that for the longest while because I was the front man for Carrying Sun. I was the front man for Pukebox. So I was just one playing guitar. And I'm one of those people that if I'm not writing to preserve anything, like I lose interest in it fast, you know?
Okay.
If nothing's going to happen with it, I'll come up with ideas, but it seems kind of
Like
wasteful.
yeah,
you know?
like what for if
Yeah.
you're not doing anything with it?
But then with that, it's like, this is a good time. I've been wanting to do this. Good time to sit down and start taking writing like that seriously again, you know? So we wrote songs about the feelings there and stuff like that, helping get out the frustration. And it was initially all the guys from Pukebox except for the bass player. He was ready to be done, move on with his life, you know? But all the other guys from Pukebox, and we were doing it. And it was in that moment, like it was cool to be playing new stuff, still playing as a band, but at the same time, heavy subject material and stuff like that. You know, I know CJ was like, dude, I don't want to be in a band that's just talking about this, you know?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you got to respect. So he branched off. We were jamming with Ian still for a while. And then Ian's like probably one of the most talented people I know, you know? Like he's a badass vocalist, he's a badass songwriter, badass guitar player. You could be like, dude, what is it? Like, give me the music for a Mexican food commercial in Venezuela, you know? And he would just start playing something on guitar, and you're like, that's exactly what it would sound like, you know? Like anything. You just throw him out wild ideas, and he's got a sound for it. Like, he's super talented.
Dude, that's really cool, actually.
But, like, he's got his own, like, inner burning voice. And, like, with Pukebox, he's shredding, but he's shredding other people's cover songs, you know? He gets to show he's good, but he doesn't have that voice we were talking about, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And he, of all people, like, should be fucking at the forefront, like, expressing his voice. And that's what he's doing. We had one guy on bass that was just a weird old dude. And then we were looking for a new bass player. And
Watch, he's going to watch this and, like, comment or
what
something.
the fuck, dude? He's got to know it.
Yeah.
If he doesn't know it, that makes him an even weirder old dude.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, and then we reached out with a Facebook post.
Oh,
and that's
man.
how we found DeVoe.
yeah, I ain't gonna fucking pussyfoot around that one. But
Right.
so we were looking for a
man.
bass player. I made one little Facebook post, and DeVoe put a Google Eye emoji on it. And so I deleted the post, and I messaged him. I was like, "What's those Google Eyes mean?" I was like, "You
That
serious?"
was the best day ever.
Dude, as soon as he put those Google Eyes, I was like, "I ain't looking for anybody."
Dude,
and
that's cool.
honestly, I didn't even really know DeVoe that well. Pukebox played with Color Noise a couple of times, and I remember being like blown away by them. And I remember seeing DeVoe and just being like, that guy like lives, breathes, and eats this shit, you know? Like there's something very creative about him that's like, it's awesome. And so we deleted that post. He came out and he jammed with us. And I was saying that first practice, he showed up. I don't think he even had a full week, but he knew all the fucking songs, nailed every song, first fucking practice.
So he definitely did his homework then, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ran the
For
set twice.
sure.
And that's him. He's not going to show up and waste anybody's time not knowing this shit. And he's good enough where there's no excuse for him to not know it, you know? A simple, I mean, it's 12 songs. You have to sit down and learn them, you know? But they're not complicated if you invest the time in it. And he showed up. He's like, I know all your songs. We ran the set, took a break, came back, ran the full set again, never slipped up.
Yeah.
And then we were set to practice the next Thursday. And before that Thursday came, there were certain songs that's like I said, a lot of the stuff that I was bringing is verse, chorus, really simple stuff, you know? And there's some cool ideas in that, but it's like, this gets repetitive. Like, I like the idea, but I don't really like it as a song, you know? And his first practice, he came in, killed it. Second practice, he took two of those biggest songs that I felt that way about. And he was like, hey, I was thinking, what if we just rearrange this, you know? And at his house, he recorded the drums, he recorded the bass, he recorded the rhythm guitar, he recorded the leads, he recorded the vocals, and he threw some backup vocals in there. And he just kind of shifted things around, put a little teaser to the bridge after the
that's
verse
really
and
cool.
stuff. And he's like, what if we do it like this? It's like, dude, Like,
okay.
I was surprised you just learned the songs, but now you're going home in like 3 days and fixing them, you know? And ever since then, like, it's been like, that's, I was saying, I got into Pukebox for a band I didn't have to give a fuck about because, like, Carrion Sun was good enough where I had to take it seriously, you know? And so that's how this band, like, became. It's like, oh, fuck, like, this is really good stuff. And,
How long have y'all been together?
The newest
me and
iteration?
him,
Yeah,
like I said, it started
me and him
right
were-
after Pukebox, and
Wow.
and it was about 4 years ago.
Yeah, but the newest iteration, I'd say DeVoe's almost made a year now.
Yeah,
And then Adam's the most recent, maybe what, half a year, 6.
see, it was
6
all of us, and
months?
I was playing guitar and,
Yeah.
and singing, but I was like, this band's getting too fucking good. We need to find a rhythm guitar player.
I think it's been like 3 years for me, right?
Yeah,
3
I got
years.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget.
So yeah, we
He was
got.
in our music video in our previous iteration, and then
Yeah, I'm around all the time.
Notice the thing too, like these songs that I was, like I have an old punk band called 2 Minute Hate, and it was me and a bass player and a drummer. And we were young kids just writing really simple shit like that, you know. So we'd have like 20 songs in a set list, and it was like, here's a verse, here's a chorus, here's a verse, here's a chorus, out, you know, like 2-minute songs. And there's like a certain charm to that, you know. But like I was writing it, and it's like, this is as good as it's gonna get, you know. And
So who does the writing? You? Who comes up with the songs?
there's a lot, everybody.
Is it like a group
Brandon's
effort?
got
Yeah,
songs
yeah, it's
that
a
he's
group
written.
thing.
I usually
Yeah.
ask that
Brandon
because I
does
don't know if it's like
vocals
one
on 2 of the
person.
songs.
yeah.
I just
or-
add layers. That's about it. Everybody else writes the music right now.
Are you guys pretty good at like making decisions together? Is
Easy,
the group?
dude, this band is so
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Nobody
down
really
with
says
everything,
no, you know?
No.
and everybody's got ideas. Everybody's bringing song ideas. Everybody's contributing. Like Adam and Ballard are the only ones that don't do backup vocals, but it's like
Too
with
many
3
riffs.
of them, it's not necessary. But I mean, like everybody's capable and everybody's got ideas and stuff like that, you know. Like when it comes to like the songwriting, like everybody's bringing ideas. He brought a couple new ideas to the table recently. Brandon's brought in probably like 4 or 5 ideas. Adam's got a couple ideas. DeVoe's got like a album.
Now,
Like
well,
if
what-
you want to go pick,
Stuff, yeah.
if
Just
you want to
on
go pick
tap.
one of these songs, we can.
Yeah.
Not Okay was a DeVoe song that he had in this folder. He sent us like 6 songs, or it was like 4 songs.
Yeah, 4.
And he's like, we can use any of these. I've never found a project they fit in. And we grabbed So Okay, and we brought So Okay,
Not
So
Okay.
Not Okay,
That's the
Yeah.
next one.
and we brought it in, and it just kills it. It totally fits with our sound, but it's like you just took a fence down. It's like, oh, we can wander over here now because this is a part of our sound, you know, where that's always been a
cool.
barrier, but it's like just
So you're definitely like
naturally.
evolving. You think?
Oh,
you think your
easily.
sound is definitely.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
definitely.
And
for
there's
sure.
like
Definitely
no
evolved in the
drama in this
last 4
band.
years.
Everybody's down for anything. Everybody's positive, creative. Like it's so much. I've never been in a band like this fulfilling where it's like everybody's on the same page and like this. When we come here on Thursdays, like it's supposed to be a stress release, you know. Like I don't get to go scream anywhere else. Like we don't get to get fucking loud. And
Well, I'm
but, like,
assuming y'all all have day jobs, probably.
Yeah, yeah,
too, right?
yeah.
So and families.
Definitely.
then we come here on
So-
Thursday, it's like fucking happy to see everybody. You get loud as fuck and you leave exhausted feeling good, you know? But there's always like drama that starts seeping into that, you know? You got like an alcoholic or you got an egomaniac or you got somebody that's got some kind of chip on their shoulder that it starts just picking.
I've seen it.
At the
I mean,
piece, you
bands
know?
break up, so there's usually
And it's
like
just human nature. If you get like 5 people
communication
together.
or
Yeah.
lack of communication or something involved. I
Right.
think that
But I think it's a rarity that we found 5 people that just don't.
that's a lot. That's 5
Oh,
people.
yeah.
That's 5 y'all. Do you have are you in a relationship? You are. You're married, right?
Yeah, I'm married in
Are you all y'all
about to
married?
be 17.
No, not
No.
married.
Not married. Seeing someone
Ish.
ish. Okay.
Fiance.
Fiance. Okay, so everyone's thinking I cannot use my dating skills, service skills for this podcast. I always ask that, and then I'm like, okay, ladies, get in my DMs. Like,
Nice.
still
Like
looking
Adam's
for Sons
single.
of Honey.
Helping
Just
people
saying.
out,
Yeah,
right? Adam
is it?
is
Yeah.
single.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's 5 different lives.
Mhm.
You know, that's a lot of moving parts. So
Right.
that's good that you guys. And are you guys all like hang out outside of the band and stuff?
Not
Are you guys
really.
like
I mean, me and Valerie
barbecuing
works
together?
On
together.
or-
occasion, yeah.
Yeah.
We try to. That's one of those things, though, is like when you get older, like your circle of people that you see gets smaller and smaller. And you're like talking about being a vendor at shows and shit like that.
Yeah.
So that broadens your horizon, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I see you at shows.
Yeah,
I
that's
see
where
you
I
at work.
pretty
I
much
see
see
you at
people
these
is at
shows.
shows. Yeah.
And
Well,
then
I
you have a
feel like
bigger community, you know.
I feel like that's how it used to be for us because we would play a lot of shows. We'd go a lot of different
we also
places.
didn't
see
have
people.
the same responsibilities.
Yeah,
so
we didn't
were
have
out more.
kids and all that kind of stuff, and
I
then
think it comes
you know,
with, like, age
all that stuff kind of
responsibility
happens.
sometimes,
But we do see each other outside sometimes. Like I do crawfish boils here and there at the house, and you know
Hey.
these guys are always invited to come over. And
Yeah, we'll
chill.
go to shows too. On
Yeah,
occasion.
we go to shows
Yeah.
together when we get
Brandon's my
chances
show
and
guy.
stuff. Yeah, we're show
Trying
buds.
So
Yeah,
do you
yeah,
guys,
on
I was
shows.
going to ask that, do you guys go to shows and like support other bands and
Oh,
stuff?
definitely.
Not like big
I
acts,
try
but
to.
like
there's
local
tons.
acts.
There's
Do you
tons of
guys-
local acts that like.
Yeah, I try to
really
get out
like
there as
that I
much as
try to go out.
possible.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm
See.
pretty bad at it.
I
when
used
when
to
we
be.
play enough shows, like I got a wife and kid at home, and like for one, my kid's not going out to the shows, you know.
Yeah.
So if we're playing shows and we're going out to shows, like I don't want him to feel neglected, you know. I
Yeah.
always make sure it's like, hey, I'm going to be home this weekend because we were out last weekend and stuff, you know.
No, that's cool. It's balance. You got to balance, right?
And then when we play shows, it's like also like, you know, we had the gas to go out, eat, like the same expenses everyone else is paying. Like anyone that comes to our show is paying. Like I'm going off on fucking tangents, but this is another tangent, okay? So like those bands that bitch about like people aren't giving them what they deserve, you know. Like, oh, you sat there with your fucking camera, or you looked bored, or you were texting the whole time. It's like, okay, well, this person also spent $15 to get in the fucking door. They dedicated their fucking Friday or Saturday night to come out here and watch you. They had to fucking pay gas to get out here. They might have bought merch from another band that they fucking like, and you're trying to fucking shame them because they're not doing enough, you know? I don't need my hat turned around. I need my
Better.
soapbox, dude. What's that?
That's funny.
Hey,
No, I
there's
see.
one right there.
I have seen it, and we were kind of talking about this before too. Like, I mean, let's circle back to Acadia. I mean, why? Okay, and other music venues besides Acadia have closed. Do you think it's like a lack of people going out and supporting, or? I mean, can we blame it on COVID still? I don't know if that's a thing. Can
Me
we?
personally, I think it's a combination of yeah, COVID had a big deal with it, but from what I've seen, what I've heard, a lot of it's just mismanagement, just people not, you know, not dotting their I's and crossing their T's, not paying their bills, just running places into the ground for no reason. To be fair, some places have just had structural issues and stuff.
Yeah.
They're raising taxes.
Yeah, things like
It's a
that.
legitimate thing.
I mean, I don't want to say, but inflation and all that good stuff. You know, everything's going up in price, which it is. And then you have places like the compound where the roof caved in. That wasn't under their control. They had no say
Yeah,
in
they
that.
definitely could not help that.
And then the end down there, I know.
Mhm.
I don't know if they're still open anymore. I know they were kind of struggling there for a bit. We did a benefit show for them
Yeah,
with Devil's
they're having a
Adversary.
hard time. I don't even know if they are still
a bit
open. I'd have
back.
to check.
But
I think they're close.
yeah, a couple of places have shut down. Then a couple places have revamped. Surprisingly, like White Swan's still open.
Yeah.
Like what's up
That
with-
place is crazy.
Yeah, ever
that
since those
place
dudes threw
is
that severed
crazy.
pig head or whatever, they
I've
kind of
gotten-
like picked up.
I've had to
That's
decline
bad
offers from
publicity.
crackheads to
Yeah.
sell me stuff at every show we played there.
Yeah.
Our metal
I
band played there
once
with
and
Anal
never
Cunts,
again.
and we
Yeah,
were on
that
the
was
back
wacky.
patio smoking cigarettes, and this chick came wandering around offering to sell people, or she was asking for crack.
Yep.
And we're just thinking, oh, this
Give 'em
is
a
one of the
listen.
crackheads that wandered in off the sidewalk. It was the singer from Anal Cunt's wife. She was touring with him.
Yeah, I could see that being a thing there. I did a market there, and there was
Good old
like a
Mrs.
whole homeless
Putnam.
person just living on the back patio. It was.
Yeah. There's a certain charm to that, too,
It's
though,
a,
you
it's a
know?
vibe.
I guess.
Like, you get a story every time you go there.
There was
For
some
sure.
kind of playoff game that
I kind
night.
of like that.
I think Rockets were on the big
That
screen
vibe,
there.
too, you know? But there's a community built to that place for sure, you know?
There is a dedication to
Yeah,
that
yeah.
place.
'Cause I think
for
it's like-
sure.
I think there's definitely nature aspect of like raising rent and just fucking the cost of everything, you know. But at the same time, I think there's definitely fucking behavioral shit too, you know.
Yeah.
Like if you look at the the venues that are doing well and the venues that aren't, you know. Like there's a lot of venues. The way, at least watching Acadia, a lot of what their issues were, it's like, what do we do on Monday night and Tuesday night and Wednesday
the
night and
slower
Thursday
nights.
night, you know.
Yeah.
And so they're trying to find like, oh, we're doing like fucking Texas Hold'em this night. We're doing stand-up comedy. They're trying to find something that works. But there's a lot of them. Like Rutgers was a great example of recognizing like at Rutgers on Monday nights they had their open mic comedy nights,
That's
and they
right.
worked fucking packed all night long.
I think
and
I
it
actually
was-
went there for one of those one time.
it was packed with killers. Like there's amateur comedians that like you go see and they're telling the same story, and it's like they got the family, they got the kids, and they just like getting on stage and getting laughs, you know?
Yeah.
Like they're not trying to grow, they're not trying to like make a career out of it, but they're getting that out of it, you know? And there's people that try and bomb, and there's the people that show up new material every time. They're just trying it out there and getting the bigger shows, you know? And there's a really cool community of stand-up. But like Rudyard's is like, okay, what do we do on the weekdays? Let's go to stand-up crowds and shit like that. And they stayed afloat by being creative. There's a lot of places that did well with Texas Hold'em and stuff like that too, you know?
I think BFE is down to what, just Thursday, Friday, and Saturday now?
And that's that
I'm
to me,
not
that's way
sure.
smarter.
Yeah.
I don't
Honestly,
understand
yeah,
that
if you're
business
not making
enough
money,
to say, but
why
yeah,
open?
why be
Yeah.
open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday?
Yeah, I didn't know they had changed their schedule like
Yeah,
that.
I think that's what Spencer told me, is that it was just like Thursday, Friday, and Saturday now. So
Wow.
But yeah, otherwise you have to find something different, you know? It's not going to be music that's paying your bills.
Well, and you said you guys don't do as many shows now. How come?
Well, we do.
Oh, we've been doing
done
so
a lot
many.
of shows.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I don't go to a lot of shows because we were playing so often.
Oh, okay, so-
that's why we weren't going to like a lot of local shows to check out. Like,
What shows do you guys have coming up? Do you have the dates and stuff? Do
Yeah.
you want to talk about them?
September 21st, we're playing a benefit show at BFE for
Okay.
our buddy John Bell. He had like a bunch of sharp pain in his stomach. He went to this hospital. They had to do surgery, open him up, and do stomach surgery on him. Excuse me. And then while they were in there, found out he had some kind of bowel cancer, and they had to undergo like aggressive radiation, and for a while there he had to stop treatment. We're gonna cut there. I'm not gonna start fucking hearing.
So a good benefit show for him. I will make sure that we do a fun short or something before this gets
We'll go back
aired
on and
to
get some
promote
stuff.
that.
Some of the shit I know because
Oh, we're live, Matt.
visit him and stuff like that.
So I love it. You gave me some merch when I got here. Let's talk about that. Who creates? Well, first off, I always ask this question: do you think merch is important?
Absolutely.
Should you have a
Yes.
merch table?
Hell yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Even
Yes,
if
yes,
like
and
you're
yes.
just starting out and it's just like one T-shirt and maybe some keychains or stickers or
Yeah,
something.
have
So,
something.
yeah, which
Absolutely.
you're not making like off the door. If it's like a lot of these places, if it's like $12 at the door, and they'll give you $8.
that's
That's
what
still a
everybody's
pretty good
face.
deal.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I mean,
You're
10
next.
I
people,
hope they catch that on
$80.
the
20
podcast.
people, 160. Like you can get like a couple $100 at a show unless you like fucking pack it out. But if you get that off the door and then you're killing it on merch, like we don't make a whole lot off the door, you know.
We make more off merch. than
merch.
off the
We'll
door.
we'll make good money off the door,
Sometimes.
but like at the end, it's like, fuck, do you know how much we made in merch last night, you
Yeah.
know? But it's because we have options, and it's because we have different art, like constantly, you know? Like we
Change it up
rarely
all the
ever
time.
put out a batch of the same art. Like if
Who
we're making...
designs the art?
So
He
this,
designs
well,
up,
I
yeah.
draw a lot of stuff, but this is Eyesore from Houston, Texas. He's a badass fucking artist. So we got a design from him. We're going to get another design coming. And then Samantha...
Yeah. Did the radical
Did the rat thing
shirts.
for
yeah,
us.
the rat thing shirts.
But yeah, I draw a lot of stuff, and I can draw stuff that looks cool in a shirt, but there's like artists out there that we really fucking respect, and it's like, dude, let's get some of their shit.
That's
and,
cool. So you kind of like collab. You can
Yeah.
collab with.
Yeah.
And that was
That's
kinda
actually
the-
really smart.
Yeah, that was the whole idea behind the whole hot sauce thing.
Yes, hot
Uh,
sauce.
Yeah, hot
I love
sauce,
it. We're
dude.
gonna lead
for
into hot
me
sauce now. I love it.
Was so I started making hot sauce just because I got tired of paying $20 for a decent bottle of hot sauce, and I'd read the ingredients. I was like, I can make that. So started making it at home, and I was like, let's make it a merch item. I don't see a lot of bands doing foodstuffs and stuff like that, and I went and got my food handler's license. TVC
See, it is
license,
all legit.
the
It is
licenses,
all
yeah.
legit.
So it's all
Yeah.
legit and everything. And then basically I develop the sauces. Matt does the labels. And yeah, it kind of just went from there. And then I've had other bands that I've done sauces for.
So you'll collab on the sauces with like bands. Okay, so
Yeah.
bands, if you want a sauce, oh my gosh.
I also do hot sauces for podcasts. Shout
Get in
out
there,
52
dude.
This
Podcast.
shit
Done one
Hey.
for them, so
sells
if
like
y'all wanna-
crazy.
hot
I
sauce.
love
Like
that.
it sells itself.
Yeah.
Brandon,
It looks so good.
the first thing I tell people when they start looking at the hot sauce is this is not novelty.
Yeah.
Like somebody put a lot of love and knowledge into this. Like it tastes good. Each one has a unique profile and stuff. Like it's never just to hurt you, you
I
know.
love it. I've tried a lot of hot sauces doing markets.
You can
and
try some more
stuff.
tonight.
So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. Very cool. And so if somebody wants this, they just can get it at like hit you up in your DMs, or
Yeah, so
you
they
guys
get-
have it at all the shows.
So obviously we have it
And
at
I
all
think
the
you said
shows.
something about jerky too, right?
Oh, yeah, I do make beef jerky. So it's a subsidiary of Bomb Sauce Company, which is the one for the hot sauce. It's called Two Jerks because me and my wife make the jerky together. And that's like a brand new thing. She got me a dehydrator for my birthday, and we just started stuffing everything we could in there. And the first thing I was like, let's make beef jerky, because let's be honest, beef jerky's expensive.
It
Like,
is very
so
expensive.
I mean, how
expensive,
much do you
man.
like
Who do they
for
think
like
they
you know
are?
for a bag about yay big,
It's expensive.
25 ounces, you're paying what, 16, 18, 20 bucks?
Yeah.
Yeah,
For a
or
decent bag of jerky.
For a
Yeah.
good bag, that's the
for a
thing.
good
Yeah.
bag.
Or you're gonna get that
You can get that equal amount.
I mean, or
in
you can
raw
get some
meat for,
trash that's
corporate
not
manufactured
super,
flavor, yeah.
processed and
Yeah, you can get the
terrible.
raw material for that for half the price. Make it yourself. So I was like, let's do that. And then I hit up Matt and I was like, why don't we sell this as merch too? Why not?
Yeah.
And
And ours, you
that
can
was
even
a
eat
hit,
the
too.
silica packs, right?
yeah, I mean, you can.
They're-
So it says
It's
do
so
not
dessert.
eat.
Do
but
not eat.
That doesn't mean
Don't eat
you
the silica
can't,
packs.
You know, it's trash can, not trash can't. I'm just saying.
How much are they a bag? Like $10?
Yeah, $10 a bag.
It's
And
great
then,
That's
price.
good, too.
Yeah.
Great
Super
price.
And
reasonably
it's for,
priced
like,
for
huge
jerky.
it's almost
chunks of
4
meat.
ounces of jerky too, so it's not a small bag or anything. And then you're in a bar, you're at a place. Some of the bars we play, they don't have kitchens or anything
Yep.
like that. All they got is like
They don't
you
even
know,
have chips.
And once
Yeah.
again, like this is something that Brandon sat down for a while and figured out, you know. So it's like we're gonna seal the bag to where it's sealed once it's made, and you know for a fact this hasn't
If
been
it's
open
been-
since. You
yeah.
know, it's got the silica packets in there, so it's like everything is like perfectly good and sterile in there and shit. Like he takes it very seriously, but if you take it seriously, it's a great merch item too. You know, because if
That's
you buy it at the
actually really
beginning of the
smart.
night and you like it, you might buy 2 bags in
Yeah,
one
you
night,
might come
know?
back and get more, especially
yeah.
if you're like,
And that the hot
Dreaming.
sauce, like the hot sauce is so good. Most of our hot sauce sales is repeat business, you know? It's
Like,
people
yeah.
coming back saying, hey, do you have that one, you know?
like
Like
75%
it
of
keeps selling
is.
itself. But at the
actually
same
really
time,
smart.
part of it is, you know, like Brandon's got this sealed, you know, you have to break this seal to open this. This bottle's not gonna like explode on you or anything. That it's got a good consistency, a good texture to it.
and
Like
the packaging is cool. The art on the packaging.
he takes it
Yeah.
very
Then
seriously.
they're all
It's-
they're
It's
all
fun.
the main thing is they're all pasteurized too. So they've all been heat treated. They're heated above 180 degrees Fahrenheit, so everything's super sanitized. That's why most of them, when you open them for the first time, you get that that pop. But yeah, I do take it seriously because people are going to enjoy our products. I'm going to promote something I care deeply about. I want it to be the best it can be. And like he said earlier, this is definitely like one of the coolest bands I've been a part of. Being surrounded by all these talented musicians makes you want to become a better musician, and just
Well, besides a
Yeah.
badass drummer, that's
it's awesome.
like what I'm talking about. Like the drummer is like, hey, I wrote this song, I got vocals on it and stuff, and like we'll just front an entire song, and it's a badass song, sounds cool, and then he's like, oh dude, I can make some hot sauce. It's like, okay, like just
We're all
throwing
multi-
out stuff
yeah.
that's
We're
constantly
all
growing the band.
multifaceted, like in our own way.
But it's awesome.
That's cool.
And it's like one of our best sellers. I sell this hot sauce to people that don't know the bar ads. They're just fans of the sauce. I have to make
Fans of the
trips.
sauce. That's funny.
I have to drive out to Tomball and do deliveries.
Yeah,
for
that's
this.
cool though.
Yeah. And like they've never heard the bar
That's
ads. They're
so
like, hey,
funny.
does he have any more of that rat
Don't
bastard?
even have no clue what I look like. Nothing.
That is so
Like,
funny.
Yeah, never
when you
met Brent.
deliver, you
Yeah.
should be like
Yeah, it was a
delivered by a
customer-
rock
yeah.
star.
A
customer
Rock
of mine from
stars are
work. He's not
delivering
even a
your
customer
sauce.
anymore, but I'm still delivering sauce to him,
Wow, dude, that's really cool. Yeah, definitely gonna have to try some sauce. I'm excited, and some
Yeah.
jerky. It's very cool.
No, you definitely try some tonight.
So, what advice would you guys give to like newcomers? Like, say there's someone that's trying to like break
me.
into the scene.
because you haven't talked much.
Because you
Yeah,
haven't
I
I
talked
want to
that
hear
much.
your opinion.
What advice would you give
Thanks.
to them?
Well, definitely have merch. We kind of talked about that. That's kind of whole part of the thing, being in a band and playing shows. Just make sure you got that. At least some shirts, free CDs. Just give stuff out, make some money, whatever your choice is. I don't know. I'm a guitar player, so as far as that goes, like if you're, struggling or I don't know, you got a writer's block, just keep playing through it. You'll figure something out. You'll find a comfort zone.
Is networking important? Like, do you think it's like smart to go to open mic nights and like hit up different, if you're trying to like
I guess
network
really
and meet
depends on
people?
if you know musicians or not.
Yeah.
If you don't know musicians,
Like, if you don't know
Yeah.
anybody.
right?
Like,
Because I
if
think
you're
a lot
just
of
starting
people,
out, that's a good
it's
thing
not
to
a
do.
I
bad
think a
thing
lot
to
of us
do.
how we got into music is we were all getting into music at the same time, you know. And it's like you already knew a bunch of people.
Oh, are y'all all
That
from
would try.
Houston? Like,
Yeah, we-
No.
no, me neither. Don't feel bad. I'm
Well,
not from Houston.
I mean,
It's okay.
How far back you
No
go,
from
but
here.
as far as
Like,
a musician, it's all
There was a website called Space City Rock. I don't know if it's still around, but that's a good place to go to network. It's just like people posting for bands and looking for people to jam with.
Oh, that's cool.
So
Yeah.
But yeah, open mic night for real. I mean, you're looking for people that want to get on stage and play music, and it's oftentimes it's solo artists. It's not a bad idea at all.
Well, that and there's a lot of Facebook groups out there now that are looking for people that are looking for bands, things like that. A lot of social networking and stuff.
Even more so, I would say
Yeah.
go to open mic nights not
Yeah.
to find other musicians, but to write. You know,
True, that too. Test out.
I mean, unless you want to be in like a cover band, but if you want original stuff, why not show you can write original stuff? There are people that go to open mic nights that just play bass. You know,
Yeah, very true.
Oh, really? That's cool.
with a band that backs them up, just because they want to hear how something
Yeah.
sounds. You know.
Or I've seen guys that go out there that bring their own drum machines and stuff and play backing tracks and just kind of go for it.
And if you're looking for that,
yeah,
I mean, if you're a band of 3 people that's looking for that missing piece and you go see the missing piece doing it solo, you know, that's how stuff gets started easily.
That's cool, actually.
But yeah, I would say if you're getting into it, just learn very quickly to keep your ego out of it, you know? Like, don't forget
yeah, that too.
you want to play music, you know? It's not that you want to be seen, you want to be like thought of as cool, like you want to express yourself, you know? And that's where a lot of the bullshit starts, is people are like, I should be recognized as more than this. It's like, yeah, you and everybody else, dude. You know how big this fucking city is and how many talented people are here?
And that's the thing. There are so
You're mad that people don't know you
talented.
when you don't
And
go anywhere?
I'm just doing like, I haven't even got to touch on like DJs yet or rappers yet. Like,
I'd
I'm
imagine
just
it's
doing you
very
guys, you know, that like I kind of run in my circle. Like,
yeah, and when you
There's
think of how
so
oversaturated
many
music is, like
great
rapping has got to be
artists.
so saturated, you know?
I was
How do
on
you
a-
stand out in that?
dude, I was on a podcast, Real Talk 100 Radio, because I was a vendor and I was the only vendor at this rap show. But all of them were so good. Like, they were all, it was 10 different guys,
Yeah.
and and I was like, how? Like, they're so good.
That's
And
the
this is
thing,
just these
too.
10 guys. You know what I mean?
Like, I think, like, legitimate musicians are always finding people like that, you know? People that are, like, way more advanced than them are like, holy fuck, you know? But I guess that's where, like, you keep your ego in check, you know? You're never that great. There's always somebody, like, that blows you out of the water, and you should be inspired by that, not intimidated, you know?
Do you think that that's an issue that, like, you know, we say like support local, but if someone starts maybe doing better than someone else, like egos get involved and
I
maybe
don't
there's not support?
know.
That sounds
That's-
hilarious to me.
That's
Does that sound hilarious too?
I'm sure there
I'm
is.
just asking. Like,
No,
there
no,
is
no,
no
you-
right or wrong answer.
I'm sure there is,
So-
but I think you have to want to get involved in that kind of drama
Okay.
too, you know?
Yeah,
Like, it's
That's fine.
probably there if you look for it.
yeah.
But if you don't look for it, it's not like that's there everywhere, you know?
Okay.
Generally, if there's drama associated anywhere, it's like, all right, we don't go do that, you know? Because we're trying to have fun. As I said, this is our therapy. So
I
it's like,
love it.
why am I going to let, like, a fucking wasp in here? Fuck that, dude.
Nah.
But
Drama
No
free
drama.
zone, please. Drama free zone.
Yeah.
I love it. So, is there any place you want to play that you haven't got to play? Like, do you guys have a bucket list of places you'd like to play
I
at?
want to go to House of Blues again.
the
That'd be
bigger
nice.
ones.
Oh, yeah, I've never played House
Yeah.
of Blues, so that would be
Oh yeah, dude,
These guys
first
have
time for
played
him.
House of Blues with their band Carry On Sun. I never played there. White Oak is
White
another
Oak.
one.
I'd like to play there.
Yeah, whatever.
I've
That'd be
seen
really
some cool
fun.
shows there, man. Like,
Yeah.
and they have an outside, an
Do
inside,
like a local music
upstairs,
festival.
inside.
There's got to be something.
That's it, though. There's always something bigger.
Honestly, a really cool venue in Austin is the Mohawk. That would be a bucket place for me.
Sounds like stand-up,
Just because
yeah.
I've seen a lot of cool bands there. One of my favorite punk bands of all time, the Distillers. I got to see them.
See,
there.
that would be cool. Still
that was
playing
cool,
where
and
you've
just to-
seen your
Right.
favorite.
Just
I
to
saw
play on the
Converge
same
there,
stage
man.
as
That
some
was
of your
awesome.
favorite
Yeah,
bands.
that would be really cool.
That's what's cool to me. Like, it's just sharing the stage. Like, I'll never forget, probably one of the coolest shows I ever got to play was with Devil's Adversary, a past metal band I was in. We opened for Igor and Max Cavalera of Sepultura, and they were doing just a full Sepultura set at Scout Bar. And that was amazing. I mean, it was packed. I never played to that many people in my life, and it was cool because I was a huge Sepultura fan.
Do you guys like it when fans come up to you guys after the show? Like, are y'all cool with
Yeah,
that?
totally.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
you're not like weirded
I mean,
out or
I
nothing?
might be packing up.
Do you
but,
encourage it? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome,
Now,
yeah.
Yeah.
Or like maybe come hang out with you at like the merch table, right? I'm sure you
I'd
like
say
get
I've
off stage,
gotten
back up, go to the
better
merch
about
table.
it. Because like at first, like you can ask any of these guys. At first, like I would disappear pretty quick.
Would you?
Yeah, I'd load up my drums and stuff and be just like, I'm out, sorry, I got like, blah, I don't know.
He's like, I'm on my phone, I gotta make a
Yeah.
call.
I don't know whether it's social anxiety or whatever, but now that like I've been actually like manning the merch booth and stuff, like I've gotten a lot better with it.
Yeah,
around,
everybody
I talk to
kind of,
people
well,
more, like,
you three help in the merch booth, but that part's awesome too. Because it's, I mean, that's an experience they get as a band member too, you know, when people are fans and they're coming up and they're like wanting to buy stuff from you and give you compliments and stuff like that. Like,
it's cool.
there's got to be somebody to receive that, you know,
Mhm.
and even cooler if there's multiple people to receive that. Like, that's not everybody, you know, and like you can't expect that from everybody. It's not everybody's personality to just keep meeting strangers and having energy for them, you know.
Yeah, that's true. I guess it's hard because I'm sure some people though are
There's gotta
probably
be one person in
introverts
the band that can
probably
do
in the
that, though.
band,
'Cause there are-
and then others that are maybe more social butterflies. I'd say
Yeah,
you're probably the social butterfly in the group.
And
huh?
only in this moment,
what gave it away?
only with the band. It's so weird.
Yeah, I'll
Outside of
go
the
like
band?
sit at the merch booth and just like sit there.
If
And
we weren't
wait.
doing band shit tonight, I'd be awkward and quiet as fuck around you.
It's true, I've seen it.
At
Yeah, I talk a good bit.
yeah, Brandon's the social butterfly.
I'm a bit of a gabber. Once you
A
get
bit of a
Once
what?
you get
Gabber?
a gabber.
Sorry, there it was. There it was.
Sorry,
He's a growing boy.
I had a frog in my
Oh
throat.
my gosh, I love it.
But yeah, no, it's cool, man. And it's been cool lately with this band, like having repeat fans that like. I mean, I've seen people at darn near all of our shows.
Are you kind of
Like,
noticing that, like,
Yeah.
more lately that you're seeing like the same kind of
Yeah.
group of people
Yeah.
that are?
But
And
also-
new
Really cool,
I
actually.
And
think
new
just as
people, like,
important as
all
Really?
seeing
Yeah.
new
Yeah.
people too, you know.
Well, I asked
Every
this
show
question.
is
So when you guys have a show, whose job is it to promote the show? Y'all's job
Every-
or the venue's job? Or
I mean,
both?
it's really, it depends on if there's a promoter. We
Yeah.
try not to do shows with promoters because it's
I
just,
just-
fucking pointless.
I just learned that was a real thing.
it's
I did not know with like technology and stuff that
Yeah.
that is a whole
It's
real
very
thing.
silly.
Oh, the promoter stuff?
Yeah, I just learned about that.
like when
with
we
Apex
played
Fallen.
at
You should tell her about
When
your
we
Alex
played-
Lanano.
Dude, I
are you
had no
talking about,
freaking
dude?
I don't know
clue
what
that
you're
that was a
talking
real
about.
thing.
You know
Cut
what I'm
that
talking about.
Like
shit.
promoters just being
Yeah,
just a
and
thing
then
in
you
general.
like
alter ego.
sometimes have to have a
Tell her about
promoter
poop.
to get booked at certain
Yeah, I
venues
mean,
and stuff like
it
that.
just
Like that
depends.
just seems kind of
Secrets of
crazy to me.
brain.
Like, why can't y'all just call the venue?
It's probably
You
more
know?
like an electronic press kit is like all you need, and then you could self promote.
Yeah,
Like
EK
you
all
don't
the
really
way.
need anybody. Like it's just I don't know. Like
It's
I
like,
never
I mean,
really liked having a
biggest
The only
promoter
hustle
time you
anyways.
need
ever.
somebody is if you're getting into a lot of like legal litigation and stuff, or you're like
Yeah.
discussing a contract that you don't understand terms of, or
Yeah,
things
bigger
like
shows.
that. But
Like we
anything
worked
other
with a
than that,
promoter
do
to
it
get at
yourself.
House of Blues, you know, which makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
There's
Okay,
like
well,
national
yes,
acts and
House
shit
of
on
Blues,
there.
yeah.
There was like Live Nation associated with it.
Oh, yeah.
Like that makes
You
sense.
probably had to sign
it's
a
like,
contract or something.
you wanna
Yeah,
go play
we
a
got
beat?
Yeah, you
ones.
probably
We
did.
Yeah.
Live Nation or
was
Ticketmaster or
legit.
somebody's
Yeah.
involved.
But
You're
yeah,
signing a
somebody's like,
contract.
hey, dude,
Yeah, there
I
was.
can get
There
you
was.
in a BFE. I can get you in a 9th Hole. It's like, I can call or fucking
Okay.
Facebook message that bar and get booked, you know? And you're going to take $3 off
So
every
maybe you
ticket
don't fall
because-
for that, right?
No,
Like
it's
maybe
stupid as fuck.
yourself reach out to the venue a couple times.
Yeah, and maybe if
and
you know
then
someone's a
just
fucking
try to
scam
network.
artist and you
Yeah,
keep
definitely.
supporting them
Try to
because they never
network.
fucked you over, stop booking shows with Alex Lozano.
Dude, I think there's a whole like we should do a Patreon for this story. Like, you want to hear this story that I know is probably really good? You're gonna have to pay for it, dude. I
Right.
swear to
Dude,
God,
I'll
I have a
tell
feeling it's
all
probably really good.
He's a talker. He
We
should
could
be a
give you
repeat
so much
guest.
crazy tea.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because
I
I
like,
know who that is. So I,
And I'll
Rusty
come back 'cause it's
Connor
funny
is an
listening to him talk.
example of a promoter that I always liked working with, you know?
He's great.
Because Rusty Connor was throwing together shows outside of the genre that you were, you know? So you're playing with like a rock band, you're playing with like an indie band, you're playing with this whole different lineup. So every band, is doing well for themselves, but every band is
Gonna have to edit
bringing
those out.
their crowd to a show, you know. So instead of like these 4 bands always play together, they're bringing the same crowd, you know.
Yeah.
But when every single band has a different crowd, you're actually getting that exposure that everyone promises.
Because
you.
that, I think, there for a little while, I think, and this is my opinion, it seemed like there was the same 4 or 5 bands that were always playing together.
It happens. It happens
locally in
really
Houston.
easy, you know.
Yeah,
just because
that's a
it-
thing.
And it was like, wow,
It takes work to keep
damn.
finding new stuff. But if
And
you're,
they're all good. It's a great lineup. It just seemed like it was
if you're a
just
promoter,
always,
you're gonna do that.
it was just
you're-
always them and never anybody really like new getting added to the mix.
Yeah. No, there's easy money in promoting, but there's a short lifespan, you know, because you can keep running this scam before people are like, dude, why the fuck are you paying them to play at BFE?
That's
you know?
why I was
Why are you
like,
paying them to
literally
play?
like totally mind blown.
It makes no sense, and there are, a lot of them are scummy, and it's like if you're not necessary and you're scummy, why am I helping you shove waffles in your fucking throat? You know.
At 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Waffle House, if you'd like to sponsor this podcast.
Yeah.
Or IHOP.
Get in my
Alex
DMs.
Lozano.
So you mentioned the cook-off earlier.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the cook-off that's going to be at BFE?
Yeah. So
Let's talk about that for a minute.
yeah, Lance Klepper is throwing a pozole and a charro bean cook-off at BFE on October 19th. Steve Satchel's coming back. I
Yes,
don't know if you guys
yes.
all knew that. But
Steve Satchel.
Steve Satchel's coming back.
Love those guys.
Yeah.
Are
always
you
nice
on a
to see him.
team? Are you going to be on a?
Oh, no.
He's not,
team?
but if
I'm
I
gonna
can
be
steal
on
the spotlight
Team
for a
E.
minute, I am.
Are you?
Yeah, so-
That makes
which
sense.
which side? Which
So me
we're
and my
doing?
wife, we're doing a charro bean team, and we're calling ourselves Bean There, Done That.
Nice.
I was actually going to ask you if you could make us some art for that because we want to make like custom shirts.
bonus
Yeah,
points for
our
the.
team and stuff.
Okay,
I
see,
think
Andy's
that'd
gonna
be
have
fun.
shirts. That's
Keep
not
me away
fair.
from
So,
the food. Let me
yeah.
do the art.
Yeah. Oh, you'll get a whole pot of the beans too.
I'll take
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But yeah, no, we're gonna enter that and everything, and like like you said, Lance put it together and everything. We've been mutual friends with that. I mean, guy for years.
He's cool. I interviewed
Forever.
him not that long ago.
Oh yeah.
Lance?
hmm
That's
Yeah.
it. That's when I like.
Yeah, he'll air
I love
in a
that
couple
dude.
weeks.
He's my brother.
Yeah, it's really
We
good.
fun quick tangent since someone else goes on tangents all the time. I'm gonna go on a tangent.
Here we go. Here we
yeah.
go.
It's tangential anyway. So me and Lance started this whole thing way back in the day at one of his wife's birthday parties. We were out in the middle of the woods at this like barn or shed or some shit.
Ranch.
This like
Played in a
ranch.
garage.
Yeah, played in a garage.
Or
And
barn.
my band Beyond All Deception was playing, and I was playing drums, and he came up like as I was playing and poured a Jaeger bomb down my throat.
He did it
and
to
so-
every member. That was
Yeah,
Pew Box.
He did, yeah, he did it to every. Yeah, he did it to y'all, but he
That's
did it
so
to
funny. I
too.
could totally see
so
him
yeah,
doing that.
so Lance
That's
started that. So every time Lance would get up and drum, I'd do the same thing, and we had this whole thing. It didn't matter what venue, where we were, whatever, and it became this whole like kind of almost competition. So like I would be like, I'd wait for them to play like their toughest song, and then just go dump a shot.
Go Jaeger bomb.
Yeah, just go Jaeger bomb down there. Like, play now, and like, yeah, it was great. But like, nah, that dude's a solid dude, and like, it was cool just having that whole thing, going through the music scene and everything.
Did you make a
like,
satchel hot sauce?
I haven't yet.
Y'all were at least in talks.
We're in talks of it. Honestly, I feel like I need to for that October show, because they
Hot
all.
licks.
There you go. Hot licks. Bam. We already got it. But no, they kind of told me the flavor and
It's
stuff.
that
they want.
easy.
Adam, their guitar player, he gave me a hot sauce. It's from some island somewhere. Like you can't get it here, but it has like guava and like a lot of exotic ingredients in it. And I was
that
like,
sounds lovely.
I can recreate this. And the secret is it's mustard. There's mustard in it. But
He said mustard.
Said mustard if you didn't.
but yeah,
He's gonna ask me to bleep that out later.
yeah,
so it'll be
bleep
like,
that out later.
beep.
But yeah, no. I
actually
think
be
I need to
really
make
fun.
that happen. We'll make a satchel
Let's do it
sauce
anyways.
for that show too.
Satchel sauce is good too.
Yeah.
Satchel sauce
See?
is way better than hot
Yeah.
licks.
Yeah, I like it.
We'll workshop that. But yeah,
So you and your wife
yeah,
doing the beans. That's funny.
yeah.
Because I am actually going to be on the other side.
Oh, making
Oh,
pozole.
yes.
Hell yes.
I'm super excited.
shit.
I can't
yeah.
wait to try it. I
Hell
love
yeah.
pozole.
Yeah, because I did an interview with him, and then I saw his post, and I was like, "Do you really need help?" And I got the details, and I was like, put Music After Dark HTX down on the side, and I'll have some guest servers helping me out because I have another market that day, so I'm gonna be all over the place that day. So that'll be cool.
Yeah, I might puke char beans.
What
I hope so.
What's your connection with like pozole?
I just really like it.
Oh yeah.
I just really like it.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
I think I
my
probably
grandmother's
should've been-
Dominican, so that's kind of how I
Should have been born Hispanic, so
got introduced.
love it.
Hell yeah.
That's I mean, another creative expression.
Yeah.
I love it.
Like I think that's we were talking about the bars earlier. You know, like even shows.
Who
How do
doesn't
you?
like soup?
You were saying as a vendor, you know, you see like smaller shows, and it's like, what are you doing? You know, are you playing for yourself? Are you playing for other people? Are you
Well,
bringing in vendors?
Because I don't understand why people like we have social media, you know, and I understand that, you know, some weekends there is so much stuff
Right.
going on in Houston. Like it's crazy.
Sometimes, yeah. It's
You know, I
circumstantial.
posted like, oh, send me your flyers and stuff and I'll share them. And I'm like, holy
Right.
crap, there is
Right.
so much stuff going on that I didn't even know existed. So I can see where, okay, a show might be smaller, but I've been, you know, in a location where there's like 4 or 5 bands and like 10 people show up.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it
And I'm
depends.
like,
I think the
holy cow.
question is it consistent or not?
That happens.
Because we play for 10 people sometimes. There's like,
play for 4 people.
yeah, I mean, we
Yeah.
play at a venue downtown where there's like a huge show down the street, you know? And it's like, there's nothing you could have done to bring more people to this show. Like, that's happening right there, you know?
Events definitely probably affect shows.
Right.
Like baseball,
Yeah.
the World
that kind
Series.
of shit does happen.
Oh, yeah.
Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
they just, yeah,
But you don't
parking
think
and
about that
traffic
at the
and all that
time.
shit.
You
But,
don't.
Or
At
even
the
when
same
we
time,
played
if
the
you're
end,
consistently
there was,
having 10 people.
there was like that big touring band that came
Yeah.
through, and
Yeah.
they had like
Yeah.
so many people the
Oh,
same
they're
night
right
we were
next
there.
door.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
like in the same.
Dude, I
Had a
was
line
walking
out
to
the
this place. I
door,
was like,
and we're all
fuck,
excited
this is
because we
gonna be a
thought
good
it was for
show.
our show.
Yes!
Yeah, we're like, oh.
I went
yes,
checked into the
new
wrong
venue.
lobby, dude.
Yeah.
I walked into the wrong venue and I was like, dude, I'm here in Bar Rats. They're like, that's
Yeah.
next door. I was like,
You're
You
like,
should have just
And then
lied
there's,
and been
like,
like, I'm
nobody.
in this band on that.
Should've
We
like-
should
And it's a
play
bigger
that show.
space.
should have like, wait, where's the list? Let me see. No, I'm with this
Yeah.
band right here.
and I took that walk of shame next door where there was like 10 people. I was like, oh.
But then we played recently like a smaller event. What was it? What was the tiny place we played?
Shoe
recently?
Shine Charlie's.
Yeah, Shoe
Oh,
Shine.
Yeah, that was
I've
fun.
never heard of that.
That was
before.
at the lockdown.
Me either, but it sounds like a fun place, right?
Cool.
Who else was that?
was cool.
Lockdowns.
It does
Who else?
sound like a fun place.
Shows are always fun with them.
What
Was it Dead
Shoe-
to the World?
Gosh. Shoe
Yeah,
Shine
Dead to the
Charlie.
World, I
Shoe
think.
Shine
Yeah.
and Charlie.
Yeah.
And then
It's in the Continental Club.
Yeah.
It's like
Okay.
behind.
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
Lockdown's
behind
headline
Continental
that.
Yeah,
Club.
Lockdown's headline, and then there was another punk band that played before us that I can't remember. We'll get it in post.
That was a great
But,
show, though.
Great show.
Fun time.
It was a tiny place, but like it felt so packed with like the people that were there, and like it was a good crowd that showed up, and we made a lot of new fans that night. I felt like, and like had a lot
Yeah.
of
They didn't even
eyes
have
on
a
us that
spot
hadn't
for
been there.
merch.
No,
Our merch
spot
booth
for
was set
merch.
up in a fucking bar chair.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah,
Right
that
up
was
front by the stage.
Yeah.
So like I just immediately walked over there, opened it up, and it's like, we've got merch right here, you know?
Yeah.
Have you guys ever played out of Houston, like like the state? How about this? You've gone out of
Not
Texas.
really, no.
Beaumont.
Not in this band.
Beaumont, I
Rose
That's still in
Saloon,
Texas,
yeah.
though.
But
It's
not
out of
out of
state.
state. No.
haven't gone out. Could you guys
some
like?
point.
Is that something that you want?
It's
to
something
do,
that would have to be
or-
planned out. Like, just like we were talking about the...
Because some do and some don't. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some
Oh, I
people are
definitely
like,
wanna
like
really
if it
want
sounds
to
like a
do
fun
that.
experience, then it's like totally worth it, you know? It's not really that much per band member to go out and make something like that happen. And if it's like, this sounds like it's going to be a fun time, you know, then totally worth it. But it's like just to get out of town and say you played and go play for 10 people in
No.
Beaumont or
We won't have a crowd.
wherever,
there.
you know, it's like, yeah, that in the end, it's just all about the experience you're getting out of it, you know? Just
I'm
like,
sure-
sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I'm sure we could randomly succeed at doing that. I mean, bar rats at a bar, like anybody would laugh.
We can
at
have
that
good
and be
nights.
Like, yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be cool.
But when
come
you
on.
go, like you do that in San Antonio and you play for like 25 people and it's a fun night, you know? Like you spent the money to go out there, you spent the money to eat, stay in a hotel, all that shit, and you come back and it was a fun experience. Like,
Yes,
Not
because if
about
you go
the
to San
money.
Antonio to see a show, stay in San Antonio.
but if you, yeah, for real.
Please just stay
Yeah,
in San
great-
Antonio.
great
Don't
good
drive
tip,
back to
good tip.
Houston.
But if you go do that
PSA.
every 3 years, it's not like an accumulative thing, you know?
Yeah.
It's not like you go play there 3 years later. Like you can have the same experience if that's what you're looking for. But if you think you're gonna grow doing it like that, like those people that how many bands do you see in 3 years that you're like, who was that band I was going to see before? Like it's a constant progression. And if you're inactive for 3 years, you're not really doing too much with it.
Well, and luckily we've gotten offers from out of town bands to come play, like in San Antonio, Austin. They're like, we'll throw you on a show anytime.
That'd be cool.
That's
Lots
the cool
of
thing
invites.
About,
It's very cool.
Yeah, it's a cool thing about playing with out of town bands. It's like we always, for the most part, hit it off with them. I mean, as far as I'm concerned and everything. And that's how you network. That's how you get out there. I really want to take us to New Orleans, which is my hometown. That's where I was.
Is that where you're from?
Yeah, from New Orleans, Louisiana. Yes. 70087, St. Rose, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, only state that has parishes, not counties. Fun fact. But yeah, we're I don't know. It'd be cool to go play down there. A lot of my family's still there, so they would
a
actually get to make
hometown
it out to
show.
show.
That would be cool.
It's New Orleans, man. Like
It's a close.
New Orleans is a music city. Like,
Dude, it's a whole vibe.
you go down Frenchman, you go down
I'm a
Magazine.
vocalist, so I don't have to bring any gear either.
Yeah, your load is light.
If I had to bring gear, I don't think I'd be able
He
to.
can take all mine.
But yeah, no, it would be cool to go down there and play like Siberia or any of the other kind of more like alt clubs. But no, definitely that's a place I would really like to go play. Would be New Orleans.
I think something like that. You just turn into that like 3-day weekend,
Exactly, like do like a little road trip,
stop in
road trip,
Orange or whatever.
Yeah,
Let's go. Let's do it.
yeah.
Dude, let's do it.
Like that,
I'll
that
come
sounds
film
really
it.
fun.
I'll come film it.
Hell
Shit,
yeah.
let's do
That'd be
it.
awesome.
That'd be so
Love
much
to hear
fun.
that.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
This is cool. Oh my gosh.
How we
Awesome.
doing?
How are we? Oh, okay, cool. Anything else you want to talk about before we do shout outs? You got any? He's like, no.
Like I said, we're just I mean, we're constantly creating. This is a very creative band. Like all 5 guys are all about what's next, what's different, and that part's really fun. As far as our shows go, like we're about to start playing like 10 or 12 new songs. So even if you've been coming to see us for the past 6 months, like probably the next time you see us, we're gonna have a different set list. We're gonna start releasing new music.
It's changing. It's changing.
We're gonna have brand new stuff.
Always.
We're gonna have new
merch.
shirts. We're gonna have new merch. There's always gonna be a revolving line of hot sauces. So even if you liked the stuff before and you still got it, there's gonna be new stuff, new shirts. I just printed out more 2-inch and 1-inch buttons. We've got magnets. We were probably gonna do some more patches. We've got an ever-changing line of shirts.
Koozies.
So if you dig our
Koozies?
shit, like you can build an arsenal because we're gonna keep giving you new stuff. Like,
Do you guys wear your merch when you play?
absolutely, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I
Nothing
would.
wrong with a little
Yeah.
shameless promotion.
Look at this, dude.
I
That's a
mean-
cool ass shirt.
Why wouldn't I wear it?
an
That being
angry-ass
said,
rat.
usually I'm either wearing a bar rat shirt or another local band shirt when I play shows because I'd rather rep that. I mean, everybody knows who the fucking Deftones are. They don't know who,
You don't want to wear a Deftones shirt, dude?
Walking Ghost Phases. Or
He's
anything.
supporting local. He's supporting local.
In the same regard, like, do you show other people your music? Like, if you're proud of something, share it while you have an audience. Like,
Oh, yeah.
get on stage, everyone's gonna be looking at you like, that's a cool ass shirt.
It'll
it's
be in
right
pictures that's getting posted
Yeah.
on social media. So.
there. No, it's advertisement. It'd be stupid not to.
I love it. I love it. So definitely come out to shows because the
Mhm.
music is changing,
And
which is really cool.
it's,
That's cool.
every show
High
that we
energy.
do is
Please
going to
come.
be
He's like, please.
a different
Please.
experience too. Like we were talking about, you paid $15 to get in the door. You devoted your Saturday night. Maybe you got sitters or whatever. You canceled other plans with friends and shit, and you came out on a Saturday night. And you sat there all night, no matter what the fuck you do. Like, it's on the band now, They fulfilled their end of the bargain. They devoted their night, spent $15, and walked in the door. Like,
It's our job to make it worth it.
now it's your job. Like, you came here for this. I need to make it memorable. I need to make it worth it, And so you put on a good show. And like with us, like, I like being a front man because I will walk out in the audience,
He'll stand
like
on tables. He'll jump in garbage cans.
The
jump
Make it
last
very, very
show
entertaining.
climb
they
on top
were-
of refrigerators. I mean,
people were feeding
all
me
kinds
corn
of stuff.
nuts that I was eating while I
Yeah.
was singing.
That was great.
Yes. Black magic. Thank you.
Yeah. Climbing on their tables and singing in their face because a lot of people are scared of that, but it's
It's fun.
It's
fun as
fun.
there's
fuck.
this whole
It's unpredictable.
fake perceived notion of importance when you have a microphone in your hand. And so you can walk out and climb on someone's table and drink their fucking beer while you're
Yeah.
making eye contact with them, and they'll
Because
smile
I
at you.
have
You
a
know,
microphone.
if you
Because
did
you
that
have a
without a
microphone.
microphone,
yeah.
They
you're
probably hit you or
you'd
something.
be,
Yeah.
you'd get knocked
It's
off
so
the
official.
table. Like,
Doesn't
fuck
even
you,
have to be
this is
plugged
not
in. That's the
respectful or
beauty of
It's
it.
acceptable.
official business. Give me your beer.
Don't even have to plug
But
it
you know
in.
what,
have a
dude? You
microphone.
and that's the thing too.
No
That's a responsibility. You know, like you paid $15 to come in here, and from 9 till 9:45 is bar rats. You know, so it's like this is what you paid your money for. You're in here. It's 9:15. I have the fucking microphone. You paid to see this. Like, you can't get offended. I mean, you can't get offended, but you can't get upset. You know, and you probably appreciate it more than if I'm standing back on stage like this. You know,
Yeah.
like that's fucking boring. And there's a lot of bands that do this that are like, dude, why don't people come out to our shows? It's like they saw you once, or maybe they saw you on YouTube, but they never experienced you. You know, you're sitting on stage. Whatever energy you give to the crowd is what you're gonna get back. So if you're nervous, the crowd's gonna be fucking nervous, and they're not gonna come up front. And every fucking time you're gonna be like, dude, we're playing kick-ass music. Like, why are we not getting bigger crowds? It's like you're not pulling that out of them. Like, part of your job is to give them an experience.
Yeah, to
And,
be
like,
entertaining.
my favorite thing is like people watch concerts like TV, you know, and it's like there's this imaginary fourth wall where it's like you're out there watching this way, I'm right here performing this way, and then like as soon as you jump, they're like, "What the fuck, dude?"
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
And they stop crossing their arms and watching you with judgment. They
I'm
start
like, oh,
participating
shit,
in the
okay.
fucking moment, you
Yeah.
know.
That's actually really cool.
And like, so we do that at shows, you know, and we bring you new fucking art and are constantly trying to do something new, you know, because every time that you pay $15, if we give you the same shit, like that sucks.
Yeah.
But if every $15 you spend gets you a new fucking moment, then you're doing your job, you know. And there's blinders on a lot of bands where they're not giving that, and then they're like, why are we playing shitty shows? It's like, dude, stop. Like, sorry, but stop being shitty, you know?
Advice: stop being shitty. We're gonna put that on
You're-
T-shirts.
PSA.
Stop
You're
being.
not that
PSA,
special.
stop being
You're not
shitty.
that talented.
Damn.
You're not that good. We're not that special. We're not that talented. We're not that good. But the people in our fucking audience know that they're watching a show. They're not crossing their arms fucking witnessing something. They're not watching television.
I'm gonna go film an audience now during one
That's
of their
right.
shows.
I'm going to come eat your fucking pozole while we're fucking playing.
Hell yeah.
That's a
gonna be
promise.
awesome. That's gonna be
Yay.
awesome.
October
It'll
19th at
happen.
BFE.
I'm excited.
That'll
Don't
be
forget to try
glorious.
my charo beans. when you're out there.
Yes. See,
We'll see what happens.
we'll sweep it. You'll
If I
win,
got
I'll
time.
win, it'll be
Double
cool.
fisting both.
He's like,
Oh,
if I got
yeah.
time. I love it.
Depends on how good that pozole is.
Anything else we wanna?
Listen to Dix 96 KUNT.
Yes.
There you
Yes.
Parody radio
Learned about
station
that.
on Spotify and anywhere else podcasts are found.
go. Yeah.
Making fun of the buzz, but it plays a lot of local artists.
I love it.
Any other
Makes
plugs
me
you got?
buzz.
Go check out
I'm
So
not
It
gonna tell you
Goes.
about
We
my
got
other
that out
plugs.
on all streaming platforms. New
Great
Bar Rats
song.
single.
Very good
It's like
departure.
12 or 13 other songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the 2 albums that we put out this year. It's all
Yeah.
there.
Spotify.
Go check it out.
YouTube Music, Apple Music, all that stuff.
Yeah.
There's
Or
between
was it
1 and
3
13
albums?
songs out there, yeah.
It's
Was it
a,
3
it's,
albums?
it's
2
good.
albums and 2 EPs.
It's a good bit. Yeah.
Singles, sorry.
Yeah.
Dude, that's cool.
Well, we got the double single too with Wallfly and.
Yeah, that's out there too. Go check it out.
But yeah, I don't know. Just like give us a follow. Go, like, show up to the show. And if you like it, just keep following us. And that's our promise, is that we'll keep it entertaining, you know?
And if you don't like them, follow them anyways. Just follow
But you
them.
No,
got to
you don't have to
follow
do
us
that.
at the show.
You don't have to do that. You don't have to devote
It's
your
gotta be
Saturday
at the
night.
show,
You don't have to
though.
spend $15 to get in the door. If you don't like us, that's okay. You're not supporting.
But they
your
might
show.
not
like
gonna
you.
like
You might
us.
not know if they're gonna like you.
What you're
and
They're not
doing
gonna like
is,
us.
is
show.
fucking awesome.
What,
You are doing
Yeah.
support our scene by, they always tell you in creative writing, like, don't tell, show. Like, show, don't tell.
Yeah.
You're showing.
and you showed
like-
up. You came to us. We didn't have to go to you. Like,
This
you
is
know,
fucking
Yay!
she came out here. She showed up where we are at. Like, nobody I know does. We usually have to go like downtown Houston or drive to
You devoted your Saturday
bumfucked
night.
Egypt to
did.
go do this kind of stuff. She came and met us. Yeah, definitely. If you want to, get your message out there.
That's how
Come
you
here
do
and do
it.
it.
You
Yeah,
do
that's how
it
you do
through
it.
fucking action, not through word. There's so many people bitching about a fucking scene, and then there's actual people. Let's give a shout out to Messiah.
Yeah, Messiah's
the,
doing it.
What is it? The CCN?
Yes.
Help me remember what it stands
It's
for.
the CCN, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
But they're
It's-
doing
yeah.
cool shit out there. We went and did a recording session with them. They recorded 4 of our songs.
Dude, that's cool.
And
like professional quality and they're going to put it out there, and they just do that, and they're not even specific to a genre.
Okay,
If you
so
play music,
that's
if you're
cool.
a single
Community
acoustic act,
Cultivation Network.
community
Community Cultivation Network.
community, while we're cutting shit out, fuck Alex Lozano. Cut any of the fuck Alex Lozano shit out of there. Well, keep it in. I don't give a fuck. But
we'll just beep it out.
it's
Community
spe-
Cultivation Network.
Yes, but it's
Got it.
specifically the
Long
Long
River
River
Sessions.
Session. There we go.
Long
Yeah.
River Sessions,
Yeah.
yes.
Very cool.
And then man, who's out there on
Who else?
doing the radio station, the
Who is
local
it?
punk station?
Shabs.
Shabs.
Yeah.
On Thursday nights at 9:00, I think it starts on K True. Rice Radio. Okay.
Rice Radio.
But just doing a local station of punks, and that's how we met
That's
her,
cool.
is because she was like, I threw you on it. Like, we've never met her, but she threw us on their station, and it's like that is saying support your scene, you know. Your hashtag isn't doing shit. It's just I'm not getting fucking attention. Like, shut the fuck up and go find a way to create a fucking scene, you know. Don't just bitch because it's not there. You're probably not doing enough. Meanwhile, people like you are out there, and it's like, dude, I appreciate any attention I get to this. I'm hoping to grow it just because I believe in it, you know. Like, that's real. Hashtags aren't fucking real.
Would it be rude to shout out the other bands I'm
No.
in here?
No.
So quick shout out Jadora, my metal outfit, and then quick shout out Valhalla Cinema, the new band I just joined. Not playing drums. Guess what I'm playing? You'll have to come to a show and find out.
Oh, yeah, we're
so
not going to tell
actually,
you.
the drummer from Valhalla is now in the bar ads, so he's on guitar in
Right.
Valhalla. So, yeah, that's what happened there. Just so
Actually, I
everybody
play
knows.
triangle. No,
You play the fucking triangle now?
mean triangle. Meanest triangle you ever fucking seen.
Is it with those chimes at least?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
add it in. For
Dude,
sure.
I love it.
Thanks, Charlie.
We'll have a little triangle sound inserted there. Oh my gosh, this was fun, you guys. This
Hell
was
yeah.
fun. Did y'all have fun?
Dude, this is a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah,
fun.
this is.
Did y'all have fun?
Yeah,
I mean,
It's
this
a good time.
motherfucker can talk all day. If you
that's
couldn't
fine.
tell.
I'm only here to listen to Matt talk.
Right, same here.
Okay, cool. Well, if you guys don't have anything else, then this was a lot of fun. Thank you guys. Follow them on all their social medias. I'll have all the links in the bios and any videos and pictures too that you guys want to send me. We can put in there. So Awesome.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to play stale shit. It's ever evolving and constantly creative.
I love it.